On several occasions, Pakistan has been accused by Afghan administration of colluding with the Taliban. Kabul blames Islamabad for the rising violence and instability in Afghanistan. Pakistan, on the other side, maintains that it wants peace at its western border. It supports the Afghanistan peace process and advocates ceasefire between the two warring sides. But that's its public face and stance. Privately, it has been holding talks and meetings with the Taliban despite Kabul's reservations. Recently, Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi hosted a Taliban delegation in Islamabad. Have a look.
Amid stalled peace talks between the warring sides of Afghan government and the Taliban, Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi hosted a 6-member Taliban delegation in Islamabad. The meeting came in line for further strengthening a relationship which many describes as unethical and suspicious. But this wasn't the first time. Pakistan, which Kabul administration accuses of sheltering militants and helping the Taliban with the war strategies and weaponry, has hosted top insurgents on more than one occasion. A similar meeting in October last year had been condemned by Kabul. While Pakistan's relations with the insurgents have come under international lens, Islamabad justifies it as an effort to persuade the Taliban for peace. It has even issued statements that appear harmless at the surface.
हमने अहाता किया कि अक्टूबर 2019 से लेकर अब तक क्या पेशरफ्त हुई है, कहाँ कामयाबियां हासिल हुई हैं और अभी भी अगर कोई पेचीदगियां हैं तो वो क्या हैं और उनका हल कैसे निकल सकता है। हमने जो आपस में तबादला ख्याल किया उससे मैं पुरुमीद हूँ कि इंशाअल्लाह मुस्तक़बिल करीब में मुश्किलात के बावजूद, और इसमें कोई शक नहीं कि स्पॉयलर्स मौजूद हैं, उसके बावजूद मैं पुरुमीद हूँ कि रास्ता निकल सकता है। और मैंने देखा है कि उस रास्ते को हमवार करने के लिए ये ज़हनी तौर पर और कल्बी तौर पर मुझे तैयार और आमादा दिखाई देते हैं।
Its actions, however, have not been a reflection of its claims. Pakistan's role in providing safe havens to terrorists has been questioned by many countries across the world. Some observers have even held it responsible for the prolonged war in Afghanistan. They say that Pakistan doesn't want a peaceful and stable Afghanistan for its larger interest with its allies, and negotiation exercise is a deception. Pakistan might say that it has contributed to the success achieved in peace process, but international observers believe that it was the sustained US pressure, not Islamabad's meetings, that brought Taliban to the table. Taliban, on the other side, have intensified its violence across the country. Regular attacks have further hampered the peace process that suffered bottlenecks after disagreements cropped up over the release of last 320 prisoners. They are unabated. They have been killing civilians and government personnel alike. People narrating horrific tales has become an everyday incident.
هناك اشتغل صدای محترمات پشت کلینیک و پیش دروازه اولی ما یک 4 دقیقه و 5 دقیقه چالون بود صدایش میامد اولی بعد از همین 4-5 دقیقه دیگه انفجار شد دیگه نفهمیدیم این حالت که شما میبینید این حالت است که خانه کامل چپک شد موتر تخریب شد یک از اعضای فامیل ما که 3-4 زخمی شده.
Afghan administration recently announced that the talks between the two will resume in early September, a news that Taliban has denied. Taliban says it will move ahead only after the last prisoner among the remaining 320 is released. French and Australian governments have urged Kabul to not release the hardcore criminals who have killed their citizens. A mounting multi-pronged challenge has now besieged the decision-making bodies of Afghanistan. The peace process, which has made gains despite delays, has seemingly hit a roadblock with Kabul administration running out of time. And a chest-thumping Pakistan can do absolutely nothing to improve the situation.